Too extreme for the small screen.
Gator, don't take my shit.
Alright, this AEW was done by MS Creations.
Too extreme for the small screen.
I'm just getting pretty much a pre-video and doing a review. This thing is getting completely rechanged. We're not talking just stones. We're talking every single piece of this will be taken off and redone. This is going to look like no other AEW in the world. I have so many thoughts on this, and I don't want to bash the company because it's not fair because I didn't order it, but it was from a customer. But okay. Do you see that stonework there? They're flat backs, and they didn't even make sure it was put in right. I don't know why these makers use such cheap stones on such nice belts. I'll never understand. But this is several millimeters thick. Not quite sure they did it like this. For what reason, I don't know, because the real one, this ain't like this. Because I've had several of the official replicas. I mean, it looks decent enough. I'm just an official guy. It weighs 10 pounds. And weight's not always the greatest thing. Just because something weighs a lot, they could use cheap material like brass. Weight don't mean anything. But I wanted to get a video to show you guys this, and now I'll do a review of it. I've redone this video 5 times. And it's because I was talking to the maker. This belt was a supposed budget belt, okay? Which was a $500, $550, $600 budget, whatever the case may be. So CNC, yes. It's not 24K plating. It was not polished on the inside where the CNC marks would be, which I'll zoom in a second. And what was really upsetting me, obviously, I do this for the stone aspect. Like, that's what I do professionally, stones. And the first thing I noticed are the problems with the stones. Upside down, sideways, wrong sides. Like, one side is one size and the other side is another side. Or size. And then using too much glue. It doesn't necessarily matter because all of this is going to be fixed and repaired. But it's the fact of, I guess it's human nature not to want to take responsibility. But regardless if this is a $100 eBay belt or a $5,000 real deal Wildcat or Dan or Dave or Reggie or whoever, little things should not be scrumped upon. Like said in this particular case, stones. Because if I paid $500 for this, I'd be beyond pissed. But in the same respect, I wouldn't ask for stones. I'd want to do it myself. So, with that being said, this is the first belt that I've done that has an actual stone to it. So, of course, that's going to be what my eye goes to first. So, we're redoing this belt entirely anyway. But when you get a $500, $600 belt, you don't expect stupid mistakes to happen. So, hopefully the maker is going to learn from this. I do have a couple more of his belts coming down the line that I will do some more reviews on. But I did just chew him out for not taking responsibility for the stones. And regardless of how much you pay for a belt, things still need to be right. You know what I mean? But real quick, I'll show you guys what I was up about. Too much glue. Not right. So, like, it should be one size stone. Like, a bulk, and then like as you come out, it should gradually go to a smaller stone. Same thing with that. That one's just in upside down. That one's in sideways. Too much glue for that one. And then if you look on top, that one and that one, 2 different size stones completely. But it's okay. We're going to rectify all this. We're going to get it right and get it tight. It will be like no other AEW in history. Modifications to it. I'm actually going to be doing a 24 karat gold flake in this belt. It's going to be crazy. I did a big gold a while back. It was a Fandu Kremlin, I call it a Kremlin, just like Russia Kremlin, where I did the 24K, but I'm going to do the same thing but different with this one, and I'm going to kick it up with some stones and whatnot. But I do want to do an extra video with this where I'm actually, and I don't mean to pick on this maker because it's not just him, and I'm actually trying to teach these makers what not to do, but I'm actually going to do a review, oh goodness gracious, of these, which I'm taking the backing off of it now, and I'm going to do another video for this, and I'm just going to show you guys some of the things that are not correct. And it's just not this maker, it's a lot of makers, a lot of screws, and just tap each plate, so you can just take a regular screw and put it in there. But I'm going to take a video of that, an up close and in depth one, when I get done with this video. But this video is getting completely redone. It's going to look badass when it's done. Like I said, my review of this belt, it was a budget belt. I'm not sold on the belt. I don't like it. I don't like the way it was done. But in retrospect, it really didn't matter because it was getting redone anyway, and that's what the customer had in mind anyway. That's why he didn't really gripe or complain too much that I know of about the belt, because he knew I was going to do something with it. But when you spend your hard-earned money, $500-$600, you expect a certain amount of work regardless. And like I said, I've talked to the maker firsthand. He's going to work on it. He's going to tighten up. And this belt was a few months ago, so we'll learn to forgive and forget, and then hopefully from here on they'll be on point. So we're moving on, and I actually do have an AWGP that this maker made as well that I'm actually redoing for a customer. So stay tuned. Again, I'm going to show you guys some backing of the belt, what one of my nitpick things is with these makers, how they're doing stuff where they could do a little bit better. But stay tuned for the next review. Thank you so much for taking the time. MS Creations, CNC, 10 pounds, decent belt. When it comes to AEW, nothing against makers. Stick with the original replica. Original replica, if they make it. If not, I kind of understand why people are having to go out and get them made by makers. I'm starting to really learn that as the years go on and on. But until I see you guys again, be good. Love each other. Stop all the beef and BS, because it ain't worth it, because all you got in this world are your friends and your family. And most of the time, they're the first ones to stab you in the back. So just try to make the best out of it. Be good, everybody. Later.